Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General YAHANNA. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with any other group, you understand? Today is Tuesday Brotherhood class. I'm Priest and Officer 500, Sham Garban Banyamin, holding it down in the London, city of London, in the UK, you understand? Today's Brotherhood class is titled Oppression, you understand? Shalom, Yahweh.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat.
You understand? Today's the Tuesday Brother class, and you understand? The title of the class is Oppression. The reason why is because blacks and Hispanics for far too long have been oppressed by all these other so-called nations around about us. You understand? The so-called Caucasian, the East Indian, the Arab, the African. You understand? All these nations of people, Chinese, Japanese, all these nations of people have oppressed blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And come to find out, you understand, since 1969, when the secrets of prophecies was revealed unto the elders, you understand, and to understand who we are according to the Bible and understand our place on this earth, to understand why us as a people are found to be so great in everything, talented in everything that we can put our hands to. But then, meanwhile, every nation around the bars hates us, you understand, oppresses us and envies us at the same time, you understand? Since 1969, the I.S.U.P.K has been obviously teaching that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true biblical Israelites according to the Bible, you understand? And there is a reason why we suffer the things that we suffer today. There is a reason why, like I mentioned earlier just now, you understand? There's a reason why we go through what we go through, you understand? And there's a reason why we have been taught and learned to hate one another in the land of our oppressors, the land of our captives. You understand? Most nations of people in their land of captivity, in their land of oppression, they will stand together in those times. But us as a people, we have learned to hate ourselves, man. And we have learned to only choose the oppressor and his love rather than the love of our brothers and sisters, you understand? And the service of our power, man. The Most High power, Yahweh, you understand? That's the power that we serve, you understand? But Salakia, if you can get me Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 16, Bob Kishar, just to continue from last class. I'll take up that precept. But you understand? We as a people need to come back to our heritage, man. Come back to the heritage of being the Lord's chosen people. The Lord's chosen people who have fallen from their heritage, you understand? And we must come back to that understanding, the understanding of who we are as a people. You know what I mean? And as a people, we have been so long astray from the true path that the Most High created for us, man. You know what I mean? The Bible said that the Israelites, I mean, you know what I mean? We are created to be the Lord's anointed, man. You know what I'm saying? Created to be that righteous seed and rule over the other nations, rule over the beasts of the field, man. But, you know what I mean? We have become the captives in this empire, in this empire, we have become the captives, and we have become so reliant on the oppressor that we seek his judgment rather than the judgment of our brothers and the Most High. You understand? Slakia, read up Bokashah.
Okay. Slakia, what chapter and verse that was?
Oh, Slakia, it was Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 16.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well.
Mm-hmm.
Sing unto him. And
so they that seek the Lord will seek what is right, man. You seek the righteousness that is well, man. If you truly sincerely desire to serve the Most High and seek the Most High, then you will seek to do right, man. You will seek to do what the Most High has bidden us to do. You know what I mean? In this captivity, we have learned that to love the Most High is to jump around the church and sing. You know what I mean? Or be subservient to another nation's God, you know what I mean? Or another nation for that matter, which goes hand in hand. But you understand, we have lost the understanding of what it really means to truly serve the Most High, man. I mean, and to truly restore that brotherhood within our community. There's many brothers out there doing their thing in these various, different things in the world and different movements, but they haven't sought this, man. They haven't sought for the Most High. They haven't truly sought for the Most High And that's why many, in fact, most, in fact, no, it's like it, all things that they desire to do and reach out to do will fail because the Lord is not with them. So read that again, Bob Kishore.
Come on. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him,
Mm-hmm.
and they that love him shall be filled with the law.
That's what I'm saying. There you go, man. They that truly love the Most High will be filled with the law, man. Meaning they will commit to the actions that comes with, you know, the word of love. I mean, love is an action. You know what I mean? It's not a what do you call it? It's not just a random saying that sounds nice. It is an action. To truly demonstrate love is not to grin teeth and give someone a hug. To truly have love is to really go by your true actions, how you treat them, how you go about day to day. With the Most High, to love Him, to serve Him, is by committing to what He has commanded us to do. You know what I mean? Living how He has commanded us to live. You understand? Read on.
Come on. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight.
So there you go, man. You humble your soul in His sight, man. You come up in here in UPK and you humble yourself, man. You put away the things that you've learned in this world. You put away the love of the oppressor and the love of the vain things in this world and the foolishness that was taught in the world. You put all that away, man. And you come and you humble yourself to the true sound doctrine that the Most High has given us. You understand? Read on.
Right. Come on. Saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men.
There you go, man. We would rather fall into the hands of the Most High, not men. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is merciful, man. The Most High has control over all things. And it is better to lean on the Most High and His ways and have trust in Him rather than to live in the world and be unruly. Be unruly and allow yourself to be conformed to this place, man. You understand? Being unruly and allow yourself to succumb to the abuse and the torment of this land, man. You understand? Because without the Most High, you don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You don't know whether you're safe or not. You don't know what to look. You're always watching your back. You know what I mean? You don't know whether you're gonna get killed by your own brothers. You don't know if you're gonna get killed by the heathen. You know what I mean? Or you may just drop dead. You don't know. You understand? There's no security in your life. When you trust and lean on the Most High and trust and you put yourself in His hands, then you have that level of security. You have that level of place of stability that you know in your life, in your day to day, you are blameless and you do as according to the Most High and what He has given us. You understand? And that way we can be stronger. We can be safer and without fear. You understand? Read on.
Come on. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Oh, no sweat. If you drop that, yeah, and you get me Jeremiah 7 and verse 3, Bob Kishore. You understand? We in this land of our captivity, we need to remember who we are. We need to remember what the Lord gave us, man. The Lord gave us a heritage, a holy heritage. And in this time of 2021, we are seeing, and we have been seeing for the last over 400 years, we have been seeing the oppression that has taken place. We have been seeing the mistrust and the lack of judgment within our community, the lack of leadership within our community, man. There is only one leader that is authorized by the Lord today, man. That's Command John YAHANNA. You know, he is the one man on earth today who has been given the section to lead Israel, man, lead Lasha Allah, and the men under him, you understand, who have been given the authority to do so. But all those are outside of that, man. You can go look, man. You can go find out about the various organizations within our community where there's lack of leadership and everyone is misled. And when you're misled, then these things are allowed to happen. You know what I mean? All these things are allowed to happen to our sisters and brothers in the world because the Lord is not with them. And they don't have that security that I was talking about earlier. You understand? Read on.
Come on. Book of Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 3. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, amend your ways and your doings,
Mm-hmm.
and I will cause your It's like, and I will cause you to dwell in this place.
So the Lord said, amend your ways and your doings, meaning fix them, man. Fix our ways and our doings, man. You know,
Right.
turn away from the things that we learn from the heathen and the foolishness that we learned here, and amend your ways, man. Fix your ways, man. Come correct. You understand? Come correct, man, and be of no excuses, man. You know what I mean? Don't be a coward, man. Come correct and do what you are supposed to do, man. Read on.
Go on. Verse 4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying,
Mm-hmm.
the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these.
So the trust not in these lying words, man. Meaning what? The temple of the Lord. What the Christians say all the time, man? The Holy Ghost filled, and they're rolling around, and you know what I mean, they're loving that church, man. And Sunday teaching and eating that swine's flesh, singing and banging the tambourine, make up all that noise and crying and all that BS. You know what I mean? Running their mouth, man. Speaking so proudly and speaking about these things. Don't be fooled by that, man. That's the mainstream. That's the mainstream of what is forced and forced down our throats, man, during slavery, and is out now, you know, of self will. Of free will, free willingly now forcing ourselves to be conformed to that nonsense, man. You know what I mean? The temple of the Lord, man. They make a lot of noise about the Most High. They speak so loud and they speak so proudly that they talk about God, talk about, you know, Christ and all the rest of it. But the life that they live is nothing to do with the Most High, man. They're not all that singing and dancing, all that noise they're making, all that foolishness that's going on. It's all to naught, man. It's all nonsense, man. You understand? So like you hold that. Read on from there, Brother Kishore.
Verse 5. For if you truly amend your ways and your doings, if you truly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if ye oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, the widow, and shed not innocent blood in his place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt, then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever.
So that's what it is, man. That's when we truly serve the Lord. That's when we truly commit to what He has commanded us to do as a people. You understand? That's when the Lord will be with us. The Lord will set us in our own land, man, so that we can rule over these nations as we're rightfully supposed to. But so like, hold that, yeah. Just to go back to my first point about the first bit about the temple of the Lord, right? If you hold that and get Isaiah 29 and 13, I believe it is.
Book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 13. Wherefore the Lord saith, for as much as his people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me.
So as much as they run their mouth talking about they love God, they love the Lord, and they will do anything for Jesus and this and that and singing and all that nonsense. That's what they do, man. The temple of the Lord, is the same thing. That's what they do, man. You understand? Read on.
But have removed their heart far from me.
But they have removed their hearts far from the Lord, man. They have removed their minds far from the Most High. When a brother in the school, the I.S.U.P.K, or the priest and officer of the Lord is teaching these brothers and sisters in the streets, what do Christians say? You know, God knows my heart. You know what I mean? And don't judge me. But yet they speak so proudly of the Most High. They say they love the Lord. You know what I mean? They talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? At their job, when they're on the bus, everywhere they go, they're singing and jumping around and acting a full grinning teeth. But then when it comes to the actual commandments of the Lord and the structure that the Lord gave us, you understand, then they're lacking. Then they're making excuses. You know what I mean? Read on.
Come. 29, 13, so okay. But have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
And their fear, the fear that is towards the Lord, towards the Most High, is taught by the precept of men. More specifically, the oppressor, the so-called white man. You understand? That's who they fear to the Lord. That's who Christians. That's how they learn how to fear the Most High, through the lies of the heathen. You understand? That's the men that it's referring to, man. You understand? They're taught by men's lust and men's thoughts, and heathen men at that, man. You understand? When it comes to the Most High in their eyes, it's just this mythological thing flying around the sky, and you know you can do what the hell you want, whatever pleases you in your defiled mind. But as long as you say Jesus and sing and every Sunday and act a fool, then you're good.
Right.
That's the fear toward the Most High. That's what they think it is, man. Being a hippie and allowing the oppressor to slaughter you and still show him love. That's what slavery is. That's what the slavery has done to you, man. That's what the foolishness and the gentrification and the oppression of the white man has done to our brothers and sisters, man. He has caused them by his precept to defile their minds, man, and to turn from the Lord and to be misled and fallen astray from what the Lord gave us, man. You understand? You know what I mean? These Christians today are no different from the men who betrayed, for the people who betrayed Nat Turner, man, or Harriet Tubman. You understand? Those people are no different from today because why? Nat Turner knew the Bible, man. You know what I mean? He had the spirit of the prophet, man. He had the spirit of the Lord on him, man. It just wasn't time. But he had the true spirit of the Lord, man, when he wanted to seek vengeance upon his people, man. You understand? He wanted to seek justice for his people. You understand? Now he didn't have the full understanding that we have today, you know what I mean, and the proper guidance, but still he was better off than them. You understand? He was closer to the Lord than they will ever be. You understand? Right. But Salaki, if you go back to where you was now, Kishar, go back to the part where it said about the temple.
Come on, Book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 8. Mm-hmm. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit.
Mm-hmm.
Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely? And
so, like, if you jump back to the bit with the temple bit, the beginning, so like,
verse,
I think that's verse 3.
Verse 3. Thus saith the Lord. I don't think it's verse 4. Trust ye not in lying words, saying the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these.
Right. So that's the same as the precept that just brought in Isaiah 29, right? You understand?
Right.
That's the same talking. That temple of the Lord, that's the lying words it's referring to. That whole make up all this noise and talking the talk, but you ain't walking the walk, man. You understand? You ain't actually about this. You ain't actually about the service of the Lord. You ain't about your people. You ain't about righteousness. You're just about talking. You understand? That's like many fake Israelites out there, and another sideline of efforts, like you know what I mean? People on the sidelines and talking from the inside out. You know what I mean? That's just like them. They do a lot of talking, but when it comes to the actual service of the Lord, they're found missing. You understand? They're found missing, and when it comes to the work of the Lord, if it was left to them, it'll be in lack. It'll be in lack thereof because they only talk. And when it comes to the actual service, they just, you know what I mean, they'd rather eat swine's flesh, rather defile themselves in this place, man, and do whatever fulfills their vile lusts. That's what they'll rather do, man. You understand?
Right.
And that's why we have to never take heed unto their lying words that we see today, man, in the Christian church. You understand? We have to really hearken unto what we see today. Read on.
Come on. Shall I read from 4 or go back
to
from 4? Yeah. For if ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, I think
it's thoroughly, is it not thoroughly?
I said thoroughly.
Could be the old English variant of it. I'm not sure. But go ahead anyway. Go ahead.
If ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if ye thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if ye oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow.
So if you hearken unto righteousness, basically, you know, you adhere to all these things that which our Lord dictates. You understand? You do according to what is written. Read.
Okay. And shed not blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt. Then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, forever and ever.
There you go, man. Then we will receive the kingdom. Then we will see that righteous rulership over these nations and over these kindreds of the earth, man. You understand? That's what those who serve the Lord, that's what we truly seek, man. We truly seek rulership and justice. You understand? And the only way we're going to achieve that is acknowledging the crimes of our oppressors and the mental damage and the wear and tear that is taken on our brothers and sisters, of whom are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, true biblical Israelites according to the Bible. You understand? And we have to bestow brotherhood unto them, man. We have to have forgiveness and compassion unto our people, man. because every other nation around about us will not do so. They will look about their own, man, and they should.
Right.
They should look about their own. But
Right.
we, as a people of the Most High, we should do 10 times that, man. We should look to our own 10 times that they do, man, because we
That's
are
right.
so much greater than they are. You understand? Read on.
Come on. Verse 8. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit.
Mm-hmm.
Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and
Mm.
walk after other gods whom ye know not?
So there you go, man. We sort out the sin and our own lust. You know what I mean? We sort out what the heathen taught us and not what the Lord gave us. That's what we sought, man. You
Correct.
understand? We sought the vanity of this world rather than to restore what we've lost as a people. You understand? That's what we find today, man. That's how, you know what I mean, when we look into it, we're gonna, touch on some other things, man, about oppression today. But specifically though, we as people need to remember these things, man. Remember what the Lord gave us, man. Truly. Read on.
Right. Come on. And come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations. In this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, even I have seen it, saith the Lord. But go ye now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and
Mm-hmm.
see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel.
That's it, man. You understand? And what we have to understand is that, with everything that happens, man, there is a judgment. You understand? Like they say in the world, for every action there's a reaction. Or there's some truth to that statement. You understand? Meaning what? That, the Lord ain't gonna just allow wickedness to just proceed on the earth. For no matter how long it may be allowed to run for, these kingdoms that we see before us today will fall. You understand?
Right,
Regardless of anything. Previous kingdoms and empires prior to this one fallen. Persia. The Roman Empire at one time was established and strong, and it came down. Babylon, ancient Babylon, so like, you know what I mean, and various kingdoms to come. Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? Various kingdoms have stood in this world and thought themselves to be higher than the Most High, but then all too soon and all too great, and then when they thought that there was nothing, there was no repercussion for their action and their vain words, then the Lord sent His plagues upon them, man, and He brought great destruction to those kingdoms. You
right,
understand? And just like ancient Egypt, and ancient Babylon alike, this kingdom today, America, you know what I'm saying, which is the primary head of of Babylon today. You understand, right? These kingdoms, man, will be fallen, man. And just like Egypt, Israel will be exodus out of these lands, man. And truly, those who are righteous will be taken up, man. You understand?
right,
But then the destruction will come also. You know what I mean? The destruction will come. Israel will be saved and be delivered from the hands of their oppressors. But these kingdoms will fall. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to recognize what brotherhood means, because we need to know that we are all we got in this place, man. You understand? We ain't got no allies here. You understand? There's no friends here, man. When it comes to
correct,
nations of people and kingdoms of the earth, all you got is your own, man. And that's something that you can never forget. Something that you have to remember in all things, man. And I mean, Christ, our King, came to deliver Israel, man. Yasha Allah, man. He came for those who were fallen astray and forsook the covenant. You know what I mean? The Northern Kingdom specifically, and He came for them and for those who kept to the doctrine of our forefathers. And He came for Israel, man. He gave them a chance to forsake the heathenistic ways that they adopted, and to come back to their heritage. Well, today, our people have adopted heathenistic ways, man. You understand? We have adopted heathenistic ways, and now it's the time to come back, to fall away from the things that we learned in this place, and to come and to go back and seek the wisdom of our foreparents, man. The wisdom of the
right,
great men before us, and the men that are here today. You understand? The men in the I.S.U.P.K under command John YAHANNA, who have been given the sound doctrine to lead the people. You understand? And that's what you need to recognize today, man. You understand? What verse you at?
I'm at verse 12. Just
Okay.
finished.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish that, Bokusha.
Okay. So verse 13. And now, because ye have done all these works, saith the Lord, and I spake unto you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not, and I called you, but ye answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it's
Therefore,
referring to. That's what it's referring to when Ephraim, which would be Oparian, which is the head, which is like the head tribe of the northern kingdom, so called, right? You understand? In the divide, they were called to be heathens. You know what I mean? That's what we read about in the New Testament. The Gentiles in which were cast away and adopted back in. Those are that's the Ephraim. That's Ephraim, the house of Ephraim that is just referred to, man. They at one time were, they broke from the covenant and they departed from the southern kingdom, man. You understand? And they were called heathens because of what they chose to do, because of the lifestyles they chose to accept. You know what I mean? Heathen just means nations. And they were as the other nations, you understand? They were not as the chosen seed. They were not acting as that. And that's what that's referring to. And obviously, like I just mentioned, in the New Testament, our King Christ, YAHANNA came back and he restored the nation of Israel, man. He brought back all Israel. Those who forsook the law and those who kept it, all came together. That's what that's referring to, man. So like if you hold that, yeah.
okay.
And so drop that, sorry, Slakia. And go to John chapter 11 and verse 49, Bokashar. Just to touch on that point that I just made. Yeah.
It's like 11 and verse 9 or 49.
49.
Come. Book of John, chapter 11 and verse 49. And one of them, named Caiaphas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, Ye know nothing at all, nor consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation should perish not.
Mm-hmm.
And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for that nation.
Mm-hmm.
And not for that nation only, but
so
that
he should
also,
die for that nation. That nation is referring to the Israelites that were Jerusalem native, Jerusalem born. You understand? Those are the Israelites who followed the priesthood of the scribes and Pharisees who were raised in the law, like Paul. You understand? Raised in the law, but obviously read on, but read on. Mm-hmm.
Come. And not for that nation only, but that
Mm-hmm.
also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
And so not that nation, not only the nation, not only the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? Not only them, not only those who kept the law in the land and knew their heritage and kept it as their heritage, but also the children of the Most High, their brothers and sisters of the house of Ephraim. You know what I mean? The northern kingdom, which you find in the separation in the kings. You understand? In Kings, when the nation split of Israel split. You understand? And like we just read, they went to whoredom meaning spiritual whoredom and seeking other gods. Well, now this nation that was scattered in the midst of their rebellion, he come for them too, man. You understand? The children of God which was scattered abroad, man. You understand? Read on.
Come. Verse, he should scatter to come. Then from that day forth, they took counsel together for
that's it. That's it on that. That's it on that. You understand? Because obviously the high priests at that time, the religious leaders at that time, were against Christ, were against our King. You understand? They were against what he was teaching. but at the same time, they also acknowledge the facts. They also acknowledge what he came to do in this verse right here, right? But hold that, so I can drop that and get James 1:1, just to touch on the scattered abroad.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus, it's like, come on, and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
So there you go, man. This is obviously an epistle, a letter to the Israelites, man, to the 12 tribes, and this makes mention of those 12 tribes. You understand? But if anyone that knows the Bible, you read about the 12 tribes and you read about what happened. You know what I mean? You know the context of the scriptures. You know what happened in the history, so you'd understand what it's referring to in the now. And that's the problem with Christianity. Christianity will give you that vain foolishness and give you that belief that the Bible was the one book you don't have to read. You don't have to read chronologically to understand it, and that's a lie. You have to understand the context of anything to fully understand it. But Christianity taught you to be a simple slave that doesn't even acknowledge basic things that you acknowledge of any other book on the earth, any other record on the earth. You will have to know the chronological history of it to fully understand every piece of it. You understand? But no, in Christianity though. Christianity, man, as long as you got that tambourine in your hand, you can bang that tambourine and act to downfall. Listen, man, God's with you. You know what I mean? But that's not the wisdom of the scriptures though. That's nonsense. And this is just basic sense, you understand? This is the basic sense that Christianity will allow you to fall astray from. You know what I mean? You could be a professor, you could be all in your masters in uni, whatever the case may be. And then when it comes to the Bible, now you're going to full retard. Come on, man. You understand? It's lucky, but that's just the reality. You know what I mean? That's the mythological nonsense that we've been pushed on our brain, man. But that's not the reality of the scriptures, man. So this is a letter to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and this will clarify what it means. Not fully, but it will give you the full understanding of the New Testament anyway of who was scattered abroad, who the Lord was sent to, man. Who our King was sent to, man. You understand? And what the message of the New Testament is about. So Salaki, if you drop that now, but I digress. If you get me Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21, Baba Kashar.
Book of Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You understand? Not everyone that speaks boldly and says Most High and says God and says Jesus, Yahushua, you understand? Not everyone that speaks speaks in the Lord says that, you know what I mean, say that they serve the Lord. Not everyone the Lord hearken to, man. The Lord knows who serves him truly. The Lord knows who he is with. He is not with everybody, man. That's another Christianity lie that someone could be believing something else and they believe this, they believe that, but everybody's together. No, that's all BS, man. There's only one doctrine, one baptism, and one faith, man. You understand? There is no different pots and pans and spoons. It's not none of that, man. It's all one thing, man. There's only one way to serve the Lord, man, and that's in the I.S.U.P.K today, man. This is the only service the Lord was given unto the Israelites, man. The service of the Most High was only given to SHALAM, man. So I can hold what you got here, and if you get me Romans 9, Baba Kashar, because in this day and age, Christianity should be the spirit of Christianity is everywhere, in everything. There's Christianity in drug dealing, man. So there's Christianity in the whoredom of the strip club and the prostitutes, man. There's Christianity in everything, man. Christianity is the mark of the beast, man. That whole mindset of serving your oppressor and your so-called country, you know what I mean, that oppresses you and wanting to die and fight for them and be a part of their military and their structure and serve their gods. Nah, man. So that's the mindset of Christianity, man. That is the mark of the beast, man. You understand? And these things are against the Lord. They are contrary to what the Lord set up, man. You understand? So read what you got, Welcome Shaw.
Romans chapter 9.
And verse 4, I believe.
Verse 4. I'll read from verse 3.
Go ahead.
For I could wish that myself were cursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites.
So his kinsmen according to the flesh. So Paul is saying that he wished himself to curse from Christ, meaning he wished that he could take the place of our king, man. He wished that he could die and sacrifice himself for his kinsmen, man, his brethren, man, according to the flesh, meaning blood, his people, man. Read on. Who are what?
Who are Israelites.
Read.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
So the adoption. So break it down. The adoption, man. The adoption to the Lord, the coming back to the adoption, right? The adoption meaning the adoption was given to Israel. So those Gentiles that it's referring to coming in, being adopted, they were Israelites. Like how we break down in the truth, that we fully understand the Bible, with the true understanding of the scriptures, that lines up. But the Christian church, that doesn't, where's the heathen in that? The adoption pertains to the Israelites. Read on.
And the glory.
And the glory, all the great riches and rulership and righteousness that comes with serving the Lord, man. You understand that great status that comes with serving the Most High. Read.
And the covenants.
And the covenants, man, plural, New and Old Testament, both are covenants, agreements with the Most High that was made. You understand? And both of them in the Bible was given to the Israelites, man. Both of aforetime and of the new. You understand? Of current time. That's Israel, man. You understand? That's what all it was pertaining to. Read on.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law, as everyone knows, the law was given unto Yasha Israel, man. None else. Read.
And the service of God.
And the what?
And the service of God.
In the service of the Most High, man. There is no other nation or people that were authorized or commanded to serve the Most High. You understand? The only people that are authorized to even serve the Most High are the Israelites. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? That's the only people that are authorized to even acknowledge the Most High in that fashion. You understand? So there's no friggin' white man in the church, you know what I mean, grinning teeth and do all that. And that ain't the Lord. Ain't no heathen running around serving the Most High. That ain't how it goes. Spread up.
And the promises.
And the promises, man. The promises that was given unto Yasha, man. The promise of the kingdom and various other things, man. You understand? That was only given to Israel, man. The rulership and the righteousness and the security of life and nation and peoples. That's to Israel. Read.
Whose are fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
So of whose of the fathers, man, the lineage, man. That's what it's referring to. The lineage, the bloodline of Israel, according to the what? Read the last bit again, Bob Kishar.
Who are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
So and of whom concerning the flesh Christ came, man. Of concerning the flesh, the bloodline of Israel, man. Which are the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans today, man. You understand? That's who the Bible is for, man. That's who this whole thing is about. So there's no room for sellout weaklings who want to love heathens, man. There's no room for that crap, man. It's all about keeping it real, man. Keeping it one West out here, man. And keeping it to the sound doctrine of the law, which is keeping it one West, you understand? So drop that. And if you get go back to where you was, Bob Kishar. I think it's Matthew 7.
Verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
So who that doeth the will of the Father, man? The will of the Father is to serve him, man, and to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? Right. That's what the will of the Father is. The will of the Father is to be righteous. To be ye perfect, man. That's how the scriptures say. Understand? And when we be perfect and we follow the commandments of the Lord, then we will understand what brotherhood is, man. We will remember what it means to have brotherhood, because the law dictates brotherhood. You know what I mean? It's not a question. It is a dictatorship here. It's commandments, orders, man. And this is what you must do in your life, in your day, how you should live and carry yourself, man, as a Black, Hispanic, and Native American, so-called, you understand? You are Israelites, man, and this is what you are commanded to do in your lives, man, how you're supposed to live. This Bible is your guideline here, man, how you're supposed to deal with your brothers and sisters and dwell among the heathen in these lands that we dwell in, man. You know what I mean? Read on.
Right. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Mm-hmm.
And in thy name have cast out devils. And
So
in
just
thy
like the IUIC, just like the GMS, just like any other fake Israelite group, they will say they prophesied in the Most High's name. They will say that they were righteous, man, and they were with him, man. They will say this like in the church. They'll say they were righteous, man. They banged that tambourine so hard, man. You know what I mean? They stomped their feet and did all the stepping and fetching and all that crap. You know what I mean? They grinned their teeth so hard when Massa came in the room and sung so loud. You know what I mean? And their effeminate glory in that church, man. That's what they did, man. They were down for the Most High. They served the Lord, man. You know what I mean? But read on.
Okay. And in thy name done many wonderful works.
That's what they think. Read.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
There you go, man.
Exactly.
Our King will profess unto them, man. Our King, Yahawashi will profess unto them. He never knew them, man. They were never with the Most High. They damn sure went with him, you understand? And they damn sure was not with their people, man. Because they always used their vanity and their foolishness to oppress the Lord's chosen, man. To oppress the Lord's anointed. That's what they choose to do, man. In their uncleanness. That's what they choose. That's what these nations choose. That's what these heretics choose to do. And they speak so vain and boldly about Most High and about his works and things that, you know, they don't pertain unto, because they don't live the life that he has commanded us as a people to live. And the Lord will say, you never knew them, man. You understand? Those who sought to love the heathen and forsake their people, nah, man. The Lord did not know you, man. You know what I mean? Creflo Dollar, friggin' what's that one name again?
TD Jakes.
Farrakhan, you know what I mean? TD Jakes, all of them, man, there, bro. They're all cowards, man. You understand?
Right.
So okay, drop that. If you give me Romans 2 and verse 13, Bokusha.
Book of Romans, chapter 2. It's like in verse. It's like what was the verse again?
13.
Come on, brother. Romans chapter 2, verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
So there you go, man. This is what righteousness is, man. It's not about what you hear. You know what I mean? It's not about what you say. It's about what you do. That's what the law is about, man. It's not about, you know what I mean? You could talk about the people saying about Black Lives Matter and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, in your day-to-day life, do you actually believe that? You actually love your people. And damn sure don't love the Lord, because listen, man, you eat all that swine's flesh, that shrimp, crab, and lobster, white women, you understand? And all manners of uncleanness in this world that you love to divulge in, you know what I mean, or to take part in, or whatever the case may be. You understand? These things are evident that you do not serve the Lord. You don't love the Lord, man. And the way we as a people, as we've learned to be so deceived, we've learned to also hate one another, man, because we choose to give our mercy and our compassion and our everything to other nations. Meaning, by your actions and your deeds, you don't love your people, man. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K and the Command General YAHANNA loves Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. That's a fact. You understand? We love our people. We love them enough to tell them when they're wrong and understand the compassion that they need and mercy that they need to be bestowed upon them for them to restore themselves, man. You understand? But if of course, when you choose to be a coward and to forsake what is righteous and strong and right in this world, then listen, man. There's nothing we can do about that. We can only warn you and tell you how it is. But all that other stuff, man, just know that the Lord is about action, man. And the bottom line thing, the battle line thing is that it's about your deeds, man. What you decide to do, what you devote your life to do in this world, man. How you live your life. Your actions will speak, man. Your actions will speak and tell the Most High everything, man. You understand? Read on.
Come on. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law, are a law unto themselves.
You understand? They are law unto themselves because they would commit to the acts unto the Most High. You understand? And just understand that the Gentiles it's referring to, like you've been through, just been over, is SHALAM, man. You understand? Any Gentile referring to keeping the law in the Bible is an Israelite who have called Gentiles or called nations because of they were not born in the land of Jerusalem, Israel. You understand? They were born outside of that where they were scattered. You understand?
Right.
So drop that. So you get me Lamentations chapter 1 and verse 21, Bob Kashar.
Okay.
So like actually no. Yeah, can't get that. Yeah, Lamentations. Yeah, can't.
Okay. That's one of those small books. Okay. So like, what chapter and verse again?
Lamentations 1 and verse 21.
Come on. Lamentations chapter 1 verse 21. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it.
Mm-hmm.
Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my
Mm-hmm.
transgressions. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of that chapter.
Wait, hold on a minute. Go back to verse 21, Salakia. My bad, I must have missed
Verse
the point.
21.
Can't.
They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They
Mm-hmm.
are glad that thou hast done it.
Go ahead.
That will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Verse 22. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and
So now he's referring to, you understand, all that he's endured, man. All the lamentation is about mourning, you understand?
right.
And this is referring to what was done. You understand? The unrighteousness that was done upon a brother, you understand? And these are the things that are done, but then in the last end, the Lord will find that, you know, I mean, those people will find the reward, man. The enemies will find the reward. The great deeds that are done to cause one to be fallen, to cause one to be brought down. More like YAHANNA, man. All that we have enjoyed as a people, you understand, we have been brought down low and, you know, looked down upon, and those who have done it up unto us have not felt no compassion. They have not felt no remorse from what they have done. They are happy and glad what they've done to us. You understand? Read on.
Come on. And do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions.
So there you go, man. You understand? That's what it is, man. Whatever will be all the wickedness that is done in this world, man. Just know and understand that the righteousness of the Lord will always stand, man. You understand?
Right.
There will always be a time for repercussion, for retribution, Salakia. You understand? There will always be a time for retribution in this world, and the Lord is a just power, man. So there is no way that the unrighteousness that we have had to endure in this place will go unanswered. And that's the thing, man. Black Hispanics and Native Americans have been oppressed consistently for over 400 years. And we have to remember one thing. In the midst of all oppression, there is a judgment involved. But then there is a repercussion also. You understand? There is a time of retribution also to come. Read on.
Come on. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. On that's
Okay, just drop that though, because I think I hit the wrong precept. But still, like, anyway, if you get me Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 15, Bokashah.
Khan. Ecclesiasticus chapter 13. Chapter 13 verse 15.
Mm.
Every beast loveth his like.
There you go, man. That's so understand this. Every beast loveth his like. Read on.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
All flesh consorteth according to kind.
So there you go, man. All flesh. So now it referred to beasts, right? Animals.
Right.
Now you have sheep, right? You have sheep that dwell with sheep, and they will only stay among sheep. You have wolves who are traveling packs. You understand? And they will dwell with wolves only. They're not gonna dwell with it. They like their own kind, man. You understand? And then you have people who love their neighbors, man. Now, this is another precept to kind of prove about neighbors, because your neighbor is not just anybody that lives around you. Your neighbor is those of your kindred, those of your people. You understand? Because that's what it's referring to here as well. You understand? Every man loveth his neighbor, man. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to understand that every nation of people out there, they love their own, man. You understand?
Right.
They love their nation. They love their people, their culture, and their way. You understand? We must understand to love. We need to understand how to love and cherish our people, our neighbors, man, rather than the other nations. You understand? Read on.
Khan. And a man will cleave to his like. Verse
So
17.
man will cleave unto his like, man, the kind, man. Every flesh is according to kind. You understand? All that talk about all nations coming together is not of the Most High, man. You understand? Because if you just read that the Most High actually stood and divided the nations, and understands that he understands what he created, man. Every nation and every beast knows who to dwell with. Cows dwell with cows, buffaloes with buffalo, elephants with elephants, lions with lions, tigers with tigers. You understand? That's the order of things. And among men, among human beings, there are nations of people, tribal, ethnic groups among among men. You understand? And every man loves his neighbor. That's the natural order of things, man. Read on from where you were, Slucker.
Come on. Come on. Verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Mm-hmm.
So the sinner with the godly.
So there you go, man. What fellowship does the wolf have with the lamb, man? You understand? The lamb is only but to run from the wolf and to flee,
Right.
and to decide to survive and stay among its own, stay in the herd, the flock. You understand? But the wolf is only desire among sheep is to eat them, man, and to feed his young. You understand? To feed his pack, to devour and destroy the other, to benefit his own, and the other is just to get away and stay among his own. You know what I mean? And there's nothing else but that. You understand? And that's one thing we have to understand. When it comes to things of righteousness now, you understand? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, listen, man. If you serve the Lord, listen, man, what more do you have from the unrighteous, man? You understand?
Right.
You can teach them and show them the way, but listen, man, you know at the end of the day, there is a difference. There is a difference between someone who serves the Lord and someone that wants to serve themselves. Someone that wants to serve themselves who doesn't care what they have to do to benefit themselves. But if you serve the Lord, you will act accordingly, differently. So there is a difference, man. There is an understanding of things. And also, likewise, the same with these nations and kingdoms of the earth. How is it that a lamb could be of Asha'Allah and a wolf being of another nation of people? What do we have to do among them, man? What do they have to do with us? You understand? We ain't got nothing to do with them, man. They have only devoured us as wolves will devour sheep and lambs. What do we have to do? What do we have to do with them, man? Understand? The only thing we got to do with them is just dwell among them in this place. But we don't. We ain't got nothing further than that, man. We shouldn't be making families with them and uniting among them and following their ways, because either way, wherever we join among them, sooner or later that wolf will devour that sheep. Sooner or later that wolf will devour that lamb. You understand? Sooner or later you see the police abusing one of our sons and daughters, and then they will act like nothing happened. Everything's all good. You understand? And every time we want to join to other nations, we will be that lamb, that misled lamb who thinks that he could have a friend among wolves, when the wolf's only desire when it comes to you is to devour you, man, to destroy you. And that's what Yasha is to these other nations, man. For now, you understand? Soon we will be the wolves and executing judgment. But for now, listen, man, they all do everything to destroy us, man, and take from us. So why should we try to dwell among them, man? You understand?
Right.
These heathen nations could never be righteous, as it is written. There's no righteousness in heathens. You understand? They were not given the law as we just read. They were not given the promises in the service of the Lord, but we was. And so how can we dwell among them in that fashion, man? How can we be among them on that level when we only know through the Bible that they have only desired, and not only through the Bible, but through the lives that we live, that listen, man, they have only devoured us, man. Everything that we say and do, they want to take and destroy, and anything that we produce that is great and wondrous and glorious, they want to take for themselves and have us reap no benefits of it. You understand? Right. We should always remember this, man. Remember what brotherhood is, because brotherhood is that lamb knowing that he should dwell among lambs. Brotherhood is that wolf knowing that he should dwell among wolves, man. And those should not intermingle. You understand? That's what a simple concept of brotherhood will allow you to grasp. What will allow you to grasp is that the only thing you have to do with these nations is maybe business, and that's it, man. You know what I mean? That's all we have, man. And even then, we should support our own businesses, man. You understand? We should do what we can to support our own, for the most part, man. You understand? We should always strive to do what we can to support one another and do of ourselves more than anything. You know what I mean? Because we have to understand these are wolves, man. They are wolves. They will devour us, and they only have devoured us in this place. So, okay, read on.
Come. Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
Mm-hmm.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
So there you go, man. What decree is there among the hyena and the dog, man? Two different breeds of dogs. You know what I mean, different breeds in the dog family, but they are different, and that's the key word. That's the key on the line. You know what I mean? A dog that dwells in your house, right? What do they call it again? Not deputized, domesticated dog, right? Any domesticated dog breed, what does that have to do with a hyena, man? A hyena is much more powerful, much more deadly than any domesticated dog breed, man. They are vicious, vile beasts, you understand? And they are of a different type of caliber. And what agreement could they have with a wolf, with a domesticated dog, man? They have none. They will fight and tear each other apart. That's what they will do, man. It is the natural order of things because of the differences. Just like among all nations of people on the earth today, it is only natural for different races of people to be at odds with one another, because that's the way the world is, and that's the way the world always will be. The only difference is that in the kingdom to come, the nation that has been at the bottom for so long will be up top, man. That's the only difference, man. Understand that. You know what I mean? But recognize that, man. What does the read that again? The hyena bit, Slucky?
What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
Mm-hmm.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Mm-hmm. And what peace between the rich and the poor? The rich and the poor, that's a simple concept, but it's a concept that everyone can understand. Among the rich and the poor, when have ever have they come together? You know what I mean? the rich benefit of the poor being poor. You understand? Likewise, do the heathens benefit of our suffering, of Israel suffering, man. You understand? It has always been the way. We are the ones in the poor, and they are top ruling, man. And what do we have to do with them? You understand? Because the Lord is talking about separation here, man. Separating the righteous from the unrighteous, separating the sheep from the wolves, separating the hyena from the domesticated dog, man. You understand? This is about separation. The Lord is all about separation, man. He is all about separation. That's throughout the Bible, but the Christianity will not allow you to even acknowledge that because of the simplicity of it. You know what I mean? But know this, man. There is no room for all this. Everybody's coming together and all that nonsense, man. The wolves stay with the wolves, the bears with the bears, the lions with the lions, and the sheep with the sheep, and the cows with the cows, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how the world should be. To bring it all down to this main point. You understand? There is no room for all of this mixture of things because that will cause confusion, and it has. Throughout the world, it has caused confusion, much confusion, man. And so we must understand, those of us truly to really search and serve the Most High, we must understand that, man. We must understand that there is a desire of a world where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can be one, and we be separate from these other nations, man. Just like how they have their own thing in every other culture in this world, every heathen culture, we have to have our own thing, man. And we must have that unity of brotherhood among us, man. That's what we have. That's what we have lacked, and that's what we have lost in this place. The true unity of brotherhood, man. But I'll tell you where among blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans there is brotherhood, and that's in the I.S.U.P.K. under Command General YAHANNA, man. That's where the true brotherhood is, man. You understand? That's where brothers from all walks of this world can understand what is right and know that their allegiance should only lie with their people, man. Any coward outside of that and doesn't understand that, listen, man, you know what I mean? You only pushing the same old weak hippy dippy nonsense that has only defiled our nation for all these years, man. You understand?
Right.
Read on from where you were, Bob Kashaw.
Come verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the
Mm-hmm.
rich eat up the poor.
That's it, man. There you go, man. Wild ass, man. You know what I mean? Like a donkey, you know what I'm saying? Or a zebra. You know what I mean? Right? That in the wilderness is a lion's prey. I believe it says wild ass because of, right? A ass is a donkey, right? You understand? And donkeys, horses, and zebras are the same family. But when it says wild ass, I thought it's talking about a zebra because that in that geographic location, lions do actually hunt zebras. But understand, just as the wild ass or the zebra is a prey to the lion, natural order of things. Read that last bit again.
So the rich eat up the poor.
That's it, man. So the rich over the poor. It's just the way of things, man. It's just the way of things, man. The rich over the poor. The poor be doing all the work and receive so little, but the rich will gain from their work and receive so much. You understand? And gain from oppressing the poor. You understand? That's why blacks and Hispanics today suffer so greatly at the hands of their oppressor because their oppressor has made them the poor, man. We have been made the poor for over 400 years while our oppressor lives in mansions and lives in lands that were stolen and worked on by Israelites, man. Stolen from and worked on by Israelites. That's why the oppressor is so rich and powerful because he is the rich. He is the rich in this captivity in this empire, and we are the poor, man. You understand? And we must understand, just as the zebra is prey to a lion and the pride of lions, same as we are to those rich, man, to those heathen nations, man. And that's something we can't ever forget. You got people like Kodak Black, you know, talking about uplifting Donald Trump and celebrating his dumbass birthday and all that BS, man. Listen, man, you're a black man, and this is the thing. Here it goes again. Kodak Black, right? If anyone doesn't know, he's a rapper from like I think it's Florida or something. You know what I mean? Kodak Black understands that he's an Israelite. He knows he's an Israelite. Knows he's from Levi, right? the head from the tribe of Levi, you know what I mean, which is a so-called Haitian today. You understand? And he knows he's an Israelite. He was among fake Israelites. That house of David who got bullied by the IUIC. Yeah, he was among them, I believe it was. You understand? And then he is now, because he got some kind of reward or because he was absolved from some kind of crime or whatever it was. Now he's promoting Trump. You understand? Promoting someone that hates his people. This is the simplicity of the Christian church and fake Israelite groups. Knowing you're an Israelite does not mean you're in the truth. You understand? Wearing fringes on your t-shirt is a pure example of how you are not in the truth, because you're following a bastardized version of our culture and our way, and a Christianized version of this truth, which is a heresy in itself, man. It is a vile thing. You understand? But know this, man. This is the mindset that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have today. In this, they believe that we can somewhat take something that is given to us by the hands of our oppressor in this kingdom, something they may have done for us, something that they may have given us in this oppression, right? And now you think that gives them a pass to further oppress and destroy your people? Nah, man. We should remember ourselves and know that, listen, this so-called white man owes us his very life. You understand? Right. He owes us his life, man. You understand? From his sons and daughters to his lands and his peoples, they owe us their servitudes, man. Their money and wealth. They owe us pure retribution for the crimes against our foreparents and how they still benefit off of those crimes today. You understand? And we are still suffering at the hand of the impact of those crimes today. You understand? So when an oppressor gives you something in this captivity, he may help you out or something, or he may do something for you, or heathen may, whatever. Listen, man, that's nothing but, it's not even a taste of what he owes you, man. He owes you years of servitude. You understand? And money above all things, man. But he owes you everything. He owes you his very life force, man. So do not be so weak, like in the Christian church, to think that now we can give him a pass now because he gave me some money, or he made me rich, or he helped me out with some legal situation. Nah, man. Listen, man. But that is the mindset of a child that we have been forced to succumb to in this place, man. And that is weak, man. That is soft. And it is Christian. And it is not of the truth. You understand? You know what I mean? Just understand that. Read that bit what you had again.
Come. Verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
There you go, man. And that will always remain. Doesn't matter what type of money they may give you. You understand? These rappers today they're getting a bit of money, but in the oppressor's eyes, they ain't rich. They ain't doing nothing, man. Compared to the oppressor and his empire, they're getting a little bit of change, man. It's a highly paid slave. That's all it is, man. Highly maintained slave. By the end of the day, you are still subservient and conformed to their ways, man. Even if you wanted to, let's say a rapper, for example, like Kodak Black. He learned the Israelite, right? He ain't in the truth or nothing. You know what I mean? He didn't learn from men in the truth, but he learned his Israelite, right? Through the knowledge that was passed down from the UPK, you understand, and to other heretics, right? But first, like I just said, he ain't in the truth or nothing, but that doesn't change anything to him, because in his little world, the oppressors gave him something, so now everything's out the window. Now all the crime that the oppressors done to his people in Haiti, you understand? How they are starving over there, man, and how they have been received such wicked oppression from the French, you understand? And any other oppressive nation, you understand? The white man of all kinds, you understand? All these heathens, man. Look what they've done to his people. But meanwhile, he talking about Donald Trump. You think Trump gives a damn about your people? Listen, man, this is what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to remember. That the lion will always be a lion, and the zebra will always be a zebra, and the rich will always be the rich, and the poor will always be the poor. There will always be that separation. You understand? An oppressor will always be an enemy to Israel, man. There's the Edomites, the Elam, the Ishmaelites, the Hamites. They will always be enemies to Yasha man, to Israel. That's the facts. But we want to live in the fantasy fairy tale world to believe that some little trinket of something, some trinket of vanity that we obtain from this world can actually give you anything. You understand? Some little trinket of vanity from this world that the oppressor or any other heathen nation may give you is meaning of anything. But if you, as an adult, understood the facts, not as a child, let me just, on a side note here, man. This is the mindset of a child, because why? A child, right, will be crying because, I don't know, he got told off or something, or he did something wrong where he couldn't have something. But a simple piece of candy, or they say in America, or sweetie, yeah, we'll give him some chocolate or something, you start smiling again. You know what I mean? Give him a ice, give him a lollipop, you'll be smiling again, happy. You understand? Because he thinks that even though he got told off, that little trinket in his mind saves the whole day. You know what I mean? He's upset for some reason, he's tired or whatever. You know what I mean? You give him some chocolate. You know what I mean? He's gonna be happy because he's a child, and he's supposed to be like that. He's a child. You don't know no better. He thinks that little trinket saves his whole day. You know what I mean? His whole life has changed now. You know what I mean? But this is the mindset of a child, man, where we have people, brothers in our community that are not supposed to be children. You know what I mean? Grown men like Kodak Black, for just one example, where he has taken this trinket, which is in essence that little lollipop or that candy, and he's smiling, he's happy about it. Now the oppressor ain't done nothing wrong. His people are still starving to death, eating mud cookies over there, but yet, no, it's all good. I can do my thing. I'm an Israelite, blah blah. Nah, listen, man. We need to recognize that in this time of oppression, we have been destroyed as a people, man. Severely damaged. And that's why we need the I.S.U.P.K under command of YAHANNA, man. Because if it was up to these fake Israelite groups and these Christians, it was all the same, you understand? We would just find a whole lot of Kodak Blacks out there. And a lot of, what's the other one? I don't remember his name. Lamar something. Was it? Yes, that's it. Is it Kendrick? Was it Kendrick?
I believe Kendrick said something about being Israelite.
I think that's the one. But you know what I mean? There'll be a whole lot of that out there where a simple trinket, right, will just make them all happy. But meanwhile, the people are still dying and suffering. That in essence describes the Christian church, the Muslim mosque, and every fake Israelite group out there. That's how they are. They take a little trinket, they allow heathens in, they allow someone in, they do something out there, they get a lot of promotion online, they get something out there that will help them to do what they want to do, like the Christian church. They get a lot of money. They're told to only teach certain things. They're told to, if they teach a certain way or they only speak a certain way, then they're going to receive this level of money, or they're going to be on this little level, right? These little trinkets that is given, these will not be accepted by any priest and prophet of the I.S.U.P.K, man, under command of YAHANNA. We are no coward organization. We will keep it one West until the death, man. We ain't selling out for nothing, man. You know what I mean? We're not going to buy, we're not going to take into any bribes of the oppressor, you know what I mean, so that he can control us and tell us what to say and do. Like in the NFL, you know what I mean? NFL, rappers, they're all just made highly paid slaves, man. They can't even dictate how they live their lives, and can't even teach their people anything because they have to follow the status quo of the conformed slave. You understand? That's why we must remember that the lion will always be a lion, man. And the zebra will always be a zebra. They're always separate. They are always separate. The sheep and the wolf, always separate. The heathen and the Israelites, separate. The righteous, the unrighteous, separate, man. You understand? That's the way of things, man. That's the way things are, and they always will be. But the only thing is, in our own little world, in our heads, we seek vanity, and we can't even face the reality because we're too high in the sky to look about what's going on right about us, man. You know what I mean? Our people are suffering and dying, but you're taking trinkets from a devil, man. A devil who deserves nothing but the swift hammer of justice upon his head, man. You understand? Read on.
Khan. Verse 20. As the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor.
There you go, man. That's the proud, hated humility, man. The proud will never take orders, man. The proud will never hearken unto instruction, man. You understand?
Yeah.
And they hate humility, hate taking orders and being told what to do. And as they hate that, so too do the rich despise the poor. You know what I mean? Read on.
Come on, verse 21. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friend.
Mm-hmm. What? So you in Ecclesiasticus 13 and 21, right?
Come.
Okay. Yeah. Read on from there, Sluckin.
Verse 22. When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him.
So meaning
Poor
what?
man
They have a respect of persons unto him, man. And just like the oppressor today, the oppressor can be down in the low, meaning he may not be up there with the rest of his devil bodies and his family and his peoples, but there could be a devil that he's not as well off as the others. You know what I mean? He ain't as rich as the others, man. But among us, we still want to give him that level of compassion. We still want to be giving him some kind of pass because you know what I mean. He can speak anything. He can say whatever he wants, man. Because we have that respect unto them. You understand? The same with the rich and the poor. Rich and the poor have respect unto the rich that is ridiculous, man. You understand? And that's how we have become with the oppressor. We have been given that level of respect that they didn't earn that respect, man. You understand? You give them respect because of vanity, man. Not because of who they are. Because if it was about who they are, then you would understand what judgment means, man. You understand? Read on.
Come on. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too.
There you go. You see that? Now look at that, man. Black people do one thing, and everybody's on him. You understand?
Right.
Black man does one thing, everybody's on his case, man. Even his own people. You understand? Because that's the mindset we've been absolved to be about. You understand? That mindset of we can do no right. You understand? And anyone that looks just like us, we should make sure that they are oppressed as much as we are oppressed. You understand? But a white man, let an oppressor do one thing wrong. You see the Christian, they'll jump to his aid straight away. You know what I mean? He'll do all kinds of wickedness and speak so ill of your own people, and you'll find some way to excuse that behavior. The oppressor will slaughter and enslave and damage your people. You will find a way to absolve him for those crimes and to make him get past and go about his business and give him a hug and stroke his hair. But let your brother do you one thing, man. Let your brother say one thing to you and see how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? So let your brother that comes from the same bloodline as you, let him do you wrong. Let him do one false thing. And you see how you come down upon him with all manners of hell. You understand? That's because you hate your people, man. That's the subconscious hatred for your own brothers, your blood, according to your flesh, man. You hate them, man. You understand? And that's what we're reading right here. Same thing. You understand? Because of the oppression and the conditions that we're in, it's so easy to hate what you are, man. Hate your life, hate where you come from, because you think there's some value in those heathens over there, man. Because they're rich. You have forsaken your brothers who are suffering just like you, man. Your brother do one thing wrong, you're quick to be at his neck, man. You understand? You know what I mean? When the oppressor who's been oppressing you for years and destroyed your people, you know what I mean? You're quick to give him an excuse. You're quick to come to his aid and grin teeth of your bold head and bold face and try to save him. But let your brother do something, man. Let him owe you a £5 note. Let him owe you a tenner, bro. You know what I mean? You on him like, bro, like damn, like he killed your whole family, like he did you something. He didn't do you nothing, man. You can have what we need to learn is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are oppressed, man. And we are the bottom of the pile, but we are the Lord's chosen people, man. And we must remember that the lion would always be the lion with lions, and the lamb among the sheep. You understand? And we need to know that the Israelites should only be among Israel, man. You understand? Only be among Israel and the heathens among the heathens, and everybody be in their own lane. And soon enough, the heathens will be brought to their lane. You understand? But remember this though. This is a sure fact of what we see in the community today. You know what I mean? Brothers are quick to kill each other, man. Quick to oppress each other, but let the oppressor do you something. Or you quick to give him this? Oh no, because you know this and that. Listen, all these technicalities. Nah, man.
Right.
You have sold out, man. You understand? Read on.
Khan. Verse. Khan of verse 22. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too.
Mm.
He spake wisely and could have no place.
Go ahead.
When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Mm.
And look, what he saith, they extol it to the clouds.
So hear this though. When a rich man speaketh, everybody shut them out and listen. They're like, oh, he's got to say something. But when a poor man says something, you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, everyone's interrupting what he's saying. Everyone's questioning what he's saying. Everyone's cutting him in, not even letting him finish in his point. Where do we see that, man? Where do blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans see that all the damn time? Oh yeah, you know what I mean? When your brothers are teaching you the truth and the sound doctrine of the scriptures, you know what I mean, in these streets, man. You understand? You quick to come up against them and not even hearken onto what is being said, not even hear the full matter first, you know what I mean? Not even to hear the whole matter, but before you're jumping in and running them out, you know what I mean? Let the oppressor say something. Let him go out in the streets and say something in his little bow tie and his little suit, you know what I mean? You ain't saying a damn thing. You just sit there and you listen. You sit there by him, man, and you listen, man. You just like this, looking at Massa, man. Weak and soft and shameful as you could be, man. You understand? That's what we see today, man. You know what I mean? We be speaking the truth since 1969. Let some oppressor hear the truth and acknowledge it. Because there are a few oppressors that acknowledge this truth. You understand? And they openly go out and make videos about it. You know what I mean? Let's say you learn this truth, right? And your mom's right, or whatever, yeah, your people's right, your family, yeah. You coming up, you learn the truth, you telling them about this, telling them that you're breaking down the scripture to them. You know what I mean? You breaking down the scripture to them line by line, you know what I'm saying? Proving it, everything. The oppressor finds out about this truth, he hears it, and he makes a video and says it. They're all listening. They're like, oh, but you just been breaking it down to them for how many years?
Right.
That's the mind of a slave. You understand? The mind of a slave is that destroyed and damaged. You understand? You can be, you know what I mean? Your brothers, you ain't talking to them, but you love the heathen, man. You love what they gotta say. That's the spiritual destruction that's taking place. You know what I mean? It is heinous, man. The crimes that have been committed against Black Hispanics and Native Americans are heinous crimes, man. And to think the mere foolishness that the heathen go through, little petty little arguments and little ordeals that happens to them. Listen, man, the whole world at their age, you know what I mean? But let your brothers suffer and die for how many years? Where's their compassion? Where's their help? You understand?
Right.
You know what I mean? Read on.
Come. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this?
There you go, man. They'll be like, who are you, man? They'll be like, you're from the ghetto, you're from ends, fam. What are you saying though? What can you tell me? But they listen to the oppressor. You understand? That's how it goes. That is how it goes, man. You understand? That is exactly how it goes. Read on.
And if he speak, and if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
There you go. So the oppressor will say some mad, heinous, lying, heresy BS, right? And be teaching it for years. But then meanwhile, he get caught out in his words, and there's always some slave, some coon, some sellout there to save Massa somehow. Oh, it's just some technicality or something, yeah? But let a brother that's saying something or teaching something, and he makes one little mistake in his words, yeah? Let's see how you react to him, man. Let's see how you villainize him and bring him down, you know, come with a tirade of insults and everything, you know what I mean, to bring him down, man. That's what we see in the community, because why? We have learned to be this good slave. We have learned to love the oppressor and to hate our own people. And a lot of the time, brothers and sisters out there, they are doing it, but they don't even realize they're doing it because it's just subconscious. It's just embedded in. It's embedded into them so much from a child that they can't even see it most of the time, man, because their eyes are too blind to see. They've been too farly misled and pushed astray from where they should be on this earth, man. You know what I mean? All right, is there any more on that?
There's a little bit. It goes into no, it's like I don't think it's on the topic.
Say again.
I don't think the rest is on the topic.
Okay, we'll drop that then. All right, no sweat. If you jump to Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 18, Bokashaw. You understand? Yeah. This is the thing, man. We have to acknowledge the oppression and the result of the oppression that it has taken, the physical toll that it has taken upon our brothers and sisters, man, while we're in the same condition that we are in today. You understand? These things are a result of the great oppression that we have suffered. You understand? These things that we see before us are all but the fruit of the oppression, man. And this our self-hatred among one another is all but a fruit of what we have enjoyed as a people, man. You understand?
Come on. So like is that 4 verse
18, yeah?
18, come on. Lamentations chapter 4 verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Mm-hmm.
Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
So hold that there, yeah? Because these heathens, they hunt our steps, man. You understand? They hunt our steps and our young brothers and sisters. We cannot go anywhere, man. We are only oppressed everywhere we go, man. You understand? We as a people who have received this oppression and have endured this thing, man, we still want to love them. You understand? These nations round about us have always looked to be the wolves and always looked to devour us as the sheep. Let's see if we can find this video right here. Let me see. Read that from the beginning again, Public Shaw.
Come on. Verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
You understand? Our end has come, man. We have always endured oppression, man. You understand? Right. It always found oppression, and I've always endured it under the hand. Hold on, let me try to find this here. Hold on, I can't even get it right now. It's lucky. Bear with me.
No, sir.
I'm trying to find this video I saw the other day. Hey, Alban, do me a favor, yeah?
Go on.
Let me see. Oh, you can't do it from your end, I don't think. I'm trying to go into this thing, man. I don't think you can do it. No sweat. We'll leave it for now. But you understand? There was a video the other day of a young little boy, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was a shopping centre, right? I'm not sure if it was in Brum or it was in London. But you understand? The police be holding him down, but he's a little kid. You know the video I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't think I've seen it. You know.
No sweat. But this is the thing, man. We as people have endured these things for far too long, man. We have been hunted down by these oppressive nations, man. By the oppressor, man. You understand? We have been hunted down, and this is the thing. When are we as people going to acknowledge that we are never going to be accepted in this place? We are never going to be one with these nations that are around about us. We're never going to find any equality among them. It is a myth and a lie that will never come to pass. You understand? But this is the thing. Christianity has sold us this dream that is a myth, that is a fairy tale. You understand? Oppression is evident within our communities, but it is evident because the oppressor is the sole core of why our communities are the way they are. The reason why our communities are suffering and dying the way they are, and we have so much gang violence and drugs, it's not because of the black man. Because the black man, where does he get? I mean, where can he get the power to import these drugs, man? Where can he get the facilities and the connections to get through these drugs, man? You understand? No.
Right.
The oppressor has his hand in these things, man. The oppressor and these other nations round about us have a hand in these things, man. Allowing these things to be distributed among our people and allowing the destruction to take place. You know what I mean? He gave us the tools to destroy ourselves, man. And he destroyed our minds to want to destroy ourselves. You understand? Read on from there.
Come on. Verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven.
Mm-hmm.
They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
There you go, man. They laid wait for us, man, to bring us down and to bring us great down and slaughter us, man. And that's what they've done. That's what they've done for over 400 years, man. They have brought us down, man. But we still choose to love them as the slave. You know what I mean? Because of the simplicity of Christianity, we have still chosen to love them. You know what I mean? Drop that, yeah? And you get me Job chapter 36 and verse 5, Bob Kishar.
Okay. The book of Job, chapter 36 and verse 5. Behold, God is mighty and despiseth not any. He is mighty in strength and wisdom. He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor.
Mm-hmm.
He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne.
So he withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, meaning what? The righteous will always be in the Lord's eyes, man. Always be protected of the Lord, man. The righteous do not have to be worrying about where they're gonna be or if they're safe or not. Those are the Lord is with. Listen, man, he will not withdraw his eyes from you, man. You understand? Read on.
Okay. Yea, he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted. And if they be bound in fetters and be holden in the cords of affliction, then he sheweth them their work and their transactions that they have.
If we be bound in affliction, right, the fetters of affliction, Lord will show us our works, man. He will show us what it is that is binding us, man, that is holding us back. You understand? Read on.
Okay. Verse 10. He openeth also their ear to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity.
So that's why we go through such oppression, man, as a people. Because our foreparents broke the covenant of the Lord, man, and we chose to serve the other nations' gods, man. And so the Lord allowed these nations to take us and destroy us, man. You understand?
Right.
He has allowed us to be oppressed and under the hands and the feet of these devils, because why? He's showing us the fetters of our adversity, man. He's showing us the bonds, the cords of oppression, and the tyranny that has been for so long. Because read that last bit again. Because he's opening the eyes of the what?
Come on, Khan. It's like it just says he openeth their ear to discipline.
Before that. Before that.
He's talking about the righteous. I'm talking about the righteous says, and if they be bound in fetters and holden in the cause of affliction, then he sheweth them their work and their transgressions that they have
So the
exceeded.
cords of affliction. That's the point I mean. That's what I meant. Like, yeah. The cords of affliction is what this oppression is, man. The cords of affliction is the so-called white man over our heads, man, and abusing
Right.
and oppressing us, man. The cords the cords of of this oppression. You understand? And this abuse is all the heathen nations round about us in some way, shape, or form oppressing us and damaging and destroying us, man. You understand? Read on.
Come on. Verse 10. He openeth also their ear to discipline, and
Hmm.
commandeth that they return from iniquity.
So he openeth our ears to discipline. You understand? Our ears are open to discipline after that. After that, of all the oppression that we've endured, some brothers who have got strength and integrity were like, you know what? Something ain't right. You know what I mean? Some brothers saw the oppression of their people and was like, nah, man, it didn't sit right with them.
Right.
So the Lord allowed them to hearken unto discipline, to his law, man. You know what I mean? To open up their eyes unto what, read on?
Okay. He openeth also their ear to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity. And,
Mm-hmm.
and if they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures.
But that's it, man. When we are oppressed and we have been tangled by the cords of affliction, it is because the Lord is trying to show us something, man. It's because he is showing us who we are. He is showing us by the curses that have been put upon us from our forefathers. You understand? Under this oppression, he is showing us that we need to come back to him. He has given us this sign that we should turn from this wickedness and return unto the righteousness that he bestowed unto our foreparents. You understand? Read on.
Right. Okay. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge.
So there you go, man. That's blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans today, man. We perish by the sword, man. We hearken unto our lust, and we find that we perish, man. Read on.
Okay. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath. They cry not when he bindeth them.
Mm-hmm.
They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean.
What verse you in?
Verse 14.
Okay. Yeah. Read on.
Okay. He delivereth the poor in his affliction, and openeth their ears in oppression. Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place, where there is no straightness, and that which should be set on thy table should be full of
Mm-hmm.
fatness.
So there you go, man. We need to come back to the service and of the service of the Lord, man. We need to come back to the
Right.
love of our brothers and sisters above all other things, man. You understand? We need to remember what the Lord has allowed. You understand? But also remember the Lord had for us, man. The mercy that He's also bestowed upon us. You know what I mean? And
Right.
remember the crimes of our oppressors, man. Let us not be weak and forsake our foreparents and their memory because of the lack of justice in you, man. The lack of integrity in you, man. The lack of integrity would allow you to have your peoples suffer with the hands of these devils and you to not seek any retribution. Any black,
Right.
Hispanic, or Native American who does not seek retribution for the crimes of the crimes that are done unto their people and their foreparents is a coward, man. Meaning you have no soul. You have lost your spirit, man. You know what I mean? You have lost what the Lord gave you, man. You know what I mean? That level of righteousness that should be served. You know what I mean? And you should serve. You should all seek retribution, man. But in seeking
Right.
retribution, we should seek to redeem ourselves also. You know what I mean? Because we must redeem ourselves for the crimes that we have committed against our power, to then receive retribution for the crimes that these heathens have done unto us. You know what I mean? But so like if you drop that, yeah, and you get me just real quick, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 7, yeah?
Okay. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 7. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad,
Mm-hmm.
and a gift destroyeth the heart.
So surely, you know what I mean? Surely oppression will make a wise man mad. You know what I mean? And you know, you cannot say this enough, man. But if you are not mad at the crimes that have been done unto your people and the oppression that is consistent among the heads of your people, you know what I mean? Then you are not wise, man. There is no wisdom in you. You think everything's okay and everything's good, and you're like Kodak Black and you know run acting a damn fool and thinking everything's cool. Listen, man. You need to remember all the crimes that I've done to your people, man. Have wisdom in yourself and be like, you know what? Listen, man. Our people just need justice, man. We deserve retribution. You know what I mean? And read that last bit again. After that bit.
And a
And
gift destroyeth the heart.
and you know what? Many of our brothers and sisters, like Kodak Black and many other rappers and famous athletes, have received that gift. That gift of Christianity has destroyed their hearts, man. It's making them weak and without any integrity, without any self strength or honor. You understand? It is not honorable to forsake your people, to allow them to be so happy and pally with the nations of people that are destroying your own nation. There is no honor in that. You understand? You know what I mean? And that gift is what has destroyed their hearts, man, destroyed their minds. The gift of Christianity in the vanity of this world is what has allowed them to forsake their people and just live their own life, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we must remember, man. These things are enemies unto the Lord and to our people. And so with that, that's the class. It's a Tuesday Brotherhood class. And I pass the class over to Trooper Ra'al with the announcements, you know what I mean? Clap it up.
Bear 1 second. Announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves with the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, I believe is a feast of, it's a feast of first fruits.
Pentecost, yeah, Khan.
I believe it's June 21st.
Right.
And all Acumen Akworth, remember to check the bulletin board in the hallway. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That's boots, shirt, pants, headband, a scarf. And with that, I'm out. We'll go with the Lord's Prayer. Abinawa.
Abinawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shukar.
Shukar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwafkar.
Malakwafkar.
Saba'ah.
Saba'ah.
Watazakar.
Watazakar.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aishah.
Aishah.
Baratazar.
Baratazar.
Awar.
Awar.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Washamayim.
Washamayim.
Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal Yawam.
Kal Yawam.
Wasalakinawa.
Wasalakinawa.
Kawawathinawa.
Kawawathinawa.
Kasalakinawa.
Kasalakinawa.
Kawawathinawa.
Kawawathinawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabi'ainawa.
Tabi'ainawa.
Banasai 1.
Banasai 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashainawa.
Awashainawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya Lakar.
Kaya.
Lakar.
Lakar.
Amalakwath.
Amalakwath.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahathapareth.
Wahathapareth.
La'aywalamyam,
I will Lamyan,
Aman.
Amen. And in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts,
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
And with that courtesy salute, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah,
How about Shemi al-Shabrakatah?
Yajim Matah, class dismissed. Alright, Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat.
Shalom, shalom. Yabba Shemi al-Shabrakatah.
What was that?